Kidderminster Harriers 1, Altrincham 3. We're joined with Robin's manager, Phil Parkinson. Phil, it's our 7th league away win of the season, but our first league win at Agbra since May 1994. How did you assess your team's performance?
It was a real dogfight. It was a real tough encounter. The lads had to dig deep before Kidderminster were really at it, particularly in the first half. And unfortunately, we were a little bit below par again, but we knew their threats were from set pieces, and they've scored from one, which is really disappointing, but they're very strong in them areas. They'll be disappointed they've not scored a couple of the scrambles that they've had in the box, but I felt when we did open them up, they were real clear cut chances and we should have done better. But ultimately, first half, there was nothing really in the game. I'd say they were on top, to be honest with you. And then second half, our lads have done what they've done over the last couple of weeks and really come on strong again.
And Kidderminster opened the scoring with a set-piece routine converted by Zach Brown, and they were quick out the blocks, it's fair to say. They were really on it, as you said. Do you think you were easily undone from the set-piece?
Not easily. They're very good at it. So we knew the set-piece routines that they used. We were prepared, but ultimately the second phase, which we knew they were really good at, hurt us where we've lost our man, and that's not acceptable. Ultimately, that's what they're very, very good at. He come back in the box, and the lad was free, and that player who was marking him knows that. But ultimately, we come back, and that's the important, the character that the lad showed. We scored fairly quickly after they did, and then second half, I know we're holding on to a win, aren't we? So we're not going all expansive, we're going a little bit more direct into Justin Donowa, and we got our rewards in terms of Chris Conn getting another 2, which is great for him, and I felt he really got that's why we took him off. He'd done enough to win us the game, and then could we see it through then, which the lads did.
In truth, it could have been more than 3. I think you might agree with that. Ethan Ross loved a perfectly weighted ball through to Regan Linney in the first half in the 32nd minute of the game. He could not quite control it and convert the chance. Do you think if we had those chances, which we did, we had 14 shots on target, I think, today. Do you think we would have been a bit more clinical ideally? Or
I thought we were clinical, to be honest, but obviously some of the opportunities that we've not scored, I think there's been a good save, a good block. Ultimately, we have got to do better in them areas, but if we weren't clinical, the top and bottom of it is why we are where we are in the division, and why Kidderminster are where they are, is you saw the opportunities they had, we took them. So when you talk about being clinical, that showed the difference in the division. There wasn't loads in it in terms of we didn't have loads of possession because they were very strong. We are away from home, and I felt when we had them at our place, even though we drew, we dominated possession at our place. We probably should have won there, but we didn't. We were stung again by a long throw, so for them that's their big strength. But looking at the 10 games in terms of form, guys, I think they'd scored, I think it was 8 or conceded 8 and scored 6, or the other way round. So they haven't scored many, but they don't concede many. So to score 3 against Kidderminster shows how clinical we are. But to come here, and the way Phil's got them going as well, it was always going to be a scrap, always going to be a tough game. Ultimately, I think what you asked me there, the clinical side of it, is why we've come out on top.
And earlier this season in the FA Trophy, Chris Conn-Clark missed 2 penalties. Today he scored 2 goals, getting a brace for Altrincham. Do you think that was a real mentality monster performance from him today, showing, by getting those 2 goals?
Absolutely, that's what he does for this football club. That's why we're so desperate to get him here and keep him here. Again, could easily have gone in January. He wanted to see the job through. It'll be really difficult to keep Chris. Everyone can see what a great player he is in terms of the goals and assists he brings, and I say it every single week, when he gets his defensive roles right, which in the second half in particular he definitely did. He fought for the team, winning headers, making tackles, which you don't associate with him. When he gets that right, again, I think he'll be a championship level player. But ultimately that's for other people to sort of look into. That's how highly I rate him. And he's delivered for us, and he's won us the game. So the 2 goals he's got has got us over the line.
And it was a game finally poised of Altrincham 2 points inside the playoff positions, Kidderminster 2 points away from safety at the start of this fixture. They came out the blocks quickly. How did you see the opening exchange? Were you happy with how you started the game?
Yeah, I think I said that at the opening part of the interview. They were well on top, deserved their goal. Probably could have had a couple more if they were more clinical. Like I said, that word clinical. But we were very clinical. We got, I think it was the second opportunity, we scored it. And then we just grew in the game, but it was no easy game. 3-1 probably flatters us a little bit in terms of territory, but the opportunities, 3-1 doesn't flatter us, because I felt we had far superior opportunities. Theirs were shots from distance, crosses into the box, scrambles, but that's how they play. They've got big physical players, we've got technical players, so you'd like to think the opportunities we're forging are going to be slightly different to theirs. And the big thing for me was our defenders were able to weather that physical threat. So we could have added the extra defender on earlier on in the game. I felt when we went 3 it was the right thing to do to alleviate a little bit of pressure off Coops and Baines, who'd taken the heavy brunt there. Ethan, bringing Sam on, keeping Banco on JD. Eddie, it gave us that aerial threat. It nullified their aerial threat. They were always going to win a contact, but then we had enough bodies to pick up the second ball. So the defence, it's a team game, as well as we're all singing Chris's praises. Without the defenders and midfielders behind him, his wingers supplying him, he doesn't get them opportunities. So they give us the platform today, a bit like the last game.
And Regan Linney getting his 11th goal of the season after a lovely move in possession from your side. His work ethic in the first half was outstanding, I think it's fair to say. He was getting to every ball. How crucial do you think it is from your number 9 to be able to find that form coming into the last 4 games of the season?
Yeah, when Regan got sent off, we knew it would be a big miss. We managed to get through the fixtures. He's coming back in. Look, his goal returns are fantastic, isn't he? And again, there's so much more to come from Regan. He's missed that much of the season. You're not seeing the best of him yet. Hopefully, with the games we've got coming up, he gets fitter, he gets more confident, he gets stronger. But I'm saying that, and he's still scoring and assisting. So imagine what a player we'll have on our hands when he's fully there, because he's not quite there yet. But the lads around him are supplying the bullets for him to finish, and he's doing it the same for them. I mean, you just look at where we're talking about Chris, that ball he played in for Banco's phenomenal. And Banco getting the assist for Regan, but ultimately that again comes from them technical players being able to do that. A lot of teams go for big physical players who will own and work hard for you, and listen, we sacrifice a little bit of that at times for the technical element, because we want to see entertaining football, not A to B football, and thankfully that's come out on top today.
And 272 Robins making their way to Agborough today for this Good Friday fixture. The noise was absolutely outstanding. I think it was the only noise I could actually hear sitting here today watching this game. It was really impressive from the Altrincham faithful coming down to support the team. What would your message be to the Altrincham support this afternoon, and how they've been all season with you guys?
Immense. I keep saying it. You get us over the line. You help us so much. And again, when we weren't probably at our best, you don't have to cheer us, get after the lads in the right way. And they did that. It's massive. Keep saying it. All the little bits, all them 1%, the fans are giving us everything, but the lads are giving it everything as well. When you've got that, it's like a winning concoction. But you look at the Kidderminster fans, and I think they were I thought they were great as well. So football sets of support has made for a fantastic atmosphere and a great occasion, with 2 teams fighting for different things, them to stay in the division, us to get in the playoffs. So thanks to our fans, thanks to the Kidderminster fans for making it an occasion. But again, without you guys at home against Oldham on Monday, it'll be really difficult. So get behind us, fill the stadium, make it electric, and let's have another special day.
And just finally, Easter Monday, Oldham at home, TNT Sports. It's going to be a huge game. 4 games left to go at Packtown J. Davidson Stadium. It's just on offer for Altrincham fans to buy tickets now. Oldham fans have bought the tickets. That's done. What would be your final message for the supporters now?
Dragging a life army here, right? So yeah, definitely be electric. Make sure the stadium's bouncing from the minute we walk out. I know I'm always asking a lot, so rather than that, have that extra beer, get on the terraces in 1:45 when all the lads are coming to clap you. Let's get it really bouncing. Let's give them something to get excited about, because they're going to be tired as well. Oldham, everyone's played, but we played Tuesday as well. So there's going to be a lot of tired legs, and they're going to need that crowd, that adrenaline to get them going, because let's make no bones about it, Oldham have got Championship, League One players in their team. The embarrassment of riches. We're massively pushing above our weight when we're playing Oldham, and we're going to have to do it again. So we're going to need everyone. The lads have given it everything up to this point. Give us everything to get us over the line.